Welcome to Hey, I've Seen That. I'm Carissa K, your host, and today's movies are Sylvie's Love, The Black Box, and The Undoing. Let's check them out.
I've met a girl who knows as much about music as you do. And television.
Don't get me started. I've seen every episode of everything.
How was it?
You need breakfast.
I'm fine.
I wasn't asking.
Nolan Wright, involved in a car accident, resulting in the death of his wife.
Is there anyone else who can pick you up?
He's just running.
It is what rich, entitled people do when threatened. They conceal the ugly truths.
All right, so Sylvie's Love. Oh, I enjoyed this film. I did. You know, it's such a cute love story, okay? So this takes place in the 1950s in Harlem. You know, all love stories have to take place in Harlem. And this young lady is working in her father's record store, and this young man comes in for a job. And he ends up getting the job, and then she finds out he is a saxophonist. And they fall in love, and the writer just took us on a emotional roller coaster of falling in love, falling out of love, and then reigniting love. So it's definitely a must watch. Very entertaining. The acting was wonderful. You know, the set, you can't ever go wrong with Harlem as your backdrop. And the costumes, I really enjoyed the costumes and the hair. Like, I forgot to look up who did that. I forgot to look that up. Darn it. I'm sitting here in front of my laptop. Yeah, so I enjoyed the hair, the makeup, the costumes, everything was just fabulous. So this story, again, like I said, you know, it just deals with the trials and tribulations of growing and maturing and having to make those adult decisions. But not only that, being a woman in the 50s, in the 50s, and I heard this story time and time again as a little girl, listening to older women back then talk about, you know, how they just had to make a decision. You know, the initial love of Sylvie's life had to go to the military, you know, so he went out to war, and then she met this young man and fell in love with him, and then, you know, things happen, life happens, and then she ends up with her initial boyfriend, and that ain't it. I love this saxophonist, but then you have so much hurt with this particular gentleman, and pride always gets in the way. Oh my goodness, doesn't pride can ruin something so good. You just have to definitely check this out. And if you have, come on, let me know, what was like your best part in this film? You know, there were so many wonderful parts in it. I'm trying to look and see if I mean, for me, of course, you know, the ending was fabulous. You know, that part is a definite, you know, when you realize what's about to happen, and you're just like, yes, yeah, okay. So definitely check this out. I'm giving Sylvie's Love 5 peaches. Yes, I am. I'm giving it 5 peaches. I enjoyed it. Namaste. Love. Okay, so let's talk about the cast of Sylvie's Love. We have Nnamdi Asomugha and Tessa Thompson. They are our actors in this particular film. It was directed by Eugene, Ashe, and Eugene did a wonderful job. I enjoyed it, and he was also the writer. So kudos to Eugene. He did that. Again, I am going to give Sylvie's Love 5 peaches. Check it out. Let's check out this next film. Okay, so now let's talk about Black Box. Oh yeah, so Black Box. Ooh. Black Box is it's a horror mystery sci-fi film. Okay, so it's a young man just lost his wife due to an horrific car accident, and he suffered from some memory loss, and just trying to put his life back together. And he has this wonderful little girl who's been tremendously helpful with organizing everything and making sure he remembers to do things. And he decides, after forgetting to pick his daughter up several times, that he really needs to undergo this specialty experiment to help him regain his memory. One of the things that he used to love to do, or his work prior to the big accident, was photography, you know, and when he went to try to get his job back, he wasn't successful. So he had a lot to lose and really needed this experimental procedure to work. So he goes and sees this doctor. This doctor ends up not really being his saving grace, you know. Come to find out, the doctor ended up doing an experiment the night of his car accident and ended up putting her son's memories into this man. And Lord, that just opened up a whole can of worms. Let me tell you, honey, as he tries to figure out what is going on, who am I? And then he goes back to revisit his life as the doctor's son, and things didn't happen quite how they thought it did. He really wasn't a good person, you know? And so it's a tangled web of what are you going to do? What would you do? Okay, so this film was directed by Emmanuel, Osei-Kuffour, and it starred Phylicia, Rashad, and Mamoudou, Athie. It also starred my girl from Get Out, Charmaine Bingway. Is it Bingway or Bingwa? Charmaine Bing, I'm gonna go with the way. Charmaine Bingway. So I'm gonna give Black Box 4 peaches, all right? And I recommend you check this out. It's really wonderful to see a suspenseful thriller sci-fi film with majority Black cast, and I really enjoyed it. So come on, check it out. You won't be disappointed. Let's check out the next film. The next film we're going to talk about is The Undoing. Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. The Undoing. I enjoyed this one too. I really did. So The Undoing was about a wealthy New York couple. The wife was a therapist, and she volunteered at her son's school, which was an elite school that, you know, you got to pay the piper to get your children into. She volunteers at the school, and they're planning, and I think it was a fundraiser. Then she meets this young lady who doesn't quite seem as if she belongs, but you know, hey, she's there. And she has this baby, and then she just poops out the titty, honey. Just pops out the titty and gets to feeding and the baby. So all the women sitting there looking like, did she just pop her titty out? And we all trying to talk about money. So the other women, surprisingly to me though, I mean, if you're a mother, like, come on, like, you know, you just got to feed the baby. But they weren't happy about that. They had so much to say. She was weird, you know, something about her. But the therapist, one of the main characters, she was just giving the young lady a benefit of the doubt, right? So now she's at her gym working out, and this young lady just comes up to her, titties full out. I'm talking about titties out, boing, and just talking to her, you know, about, you know, how she appreciates how nice she is, and you know, and it was like a weird moment there, right? Kind of like a weird moment happened there where, you know, you don't forget it, right? So now we fast forward, right? So now we're at the fundraising event. The therapist's husband is there with her, and the weird young lady is there too, which turns out to be an artist. She's there too, and then boop, you know, the young lady leaves. The therapist's husband has some type of work emergency, and the next day, come to find out, the young lady, the artist, she's dead. And then the therapist's husband is missing. Baby, honey. So it just turns into a whodunit, like whodunit type of movie, like whodunit. And it takes you on a lot of twists and turns and a lot of finger pointing, and you just start speculating and trying to figure out, nah. You don't want to go with the obvious choice. So of course you're like, you know, your brain is spinning. You like, that's so obvious. Let me try this. Let me try that. And then, you know, it just boils down to, you know, the reality of what it is, right? So I really enjoyed this. It was a series, actually. I forgot to say that. I enjoyed this series. This series was really good, and you definitely will be entertained, especially if you like crime, drama, thriller. This right here will keep you on the edge of your seat. And I want to say, like, I sat there and was knocking this out in one full day. Like, I literally watched this all day. Like, I binged this like the entire day. First thing, like 6 in the morning till like midnight the next night. Like, I was watching in between, doing things I needed to do, but then I got right back to it. So yeah, so this was really good. So let's talk about who was in the film and who directed it. All right, so the creator of this series is David Kelly, and it starred Nicole Kidman and Hugh Grant. I love Hugh Grant. He's so handsome. Hey, baby. How you doing? So I'm going to give this 4 stars. Yeah, I'm gonna give this 4 stars. I really enjoyed it, and I mean, you really won't be disappointed with this series. It's definitely worth your time. It's an easy binge watch, actually, because again, you are trying to figure out who done it, and then when you just think you figured it out, then you're like, but why? You know, so it definitely gets the wheels spinning. So I say check it out and let me know what you think. So y'all know what time it is. It's time for
Fucked Up in the Game. Fucked up in the game. Fucked up.
Okay, you know it's time for Fucked Up in the Game. So we're gonna start with Sylvie's Love. Oh my gosh, again, it was such a beautiful love movie. But, you know, in the 1950s, things just wasn't easy for women, okay? So I got 3 fucked up situations. 1 is having your career take second seat to your man's career. That's what a lot of women had to deal with back then. So we don't know, or I don't think the average woman today truly appreciates the amount of freedom we have of choice of our existence, you know, and just having full autonomy when it comes to our do's and don'ts, you know, our choices. But in this film, she had to deal with that with her husband, wanting her career to be second seat to his, you know. So that's fucked up in the game. All right. The next fucked up in the game situation is falling out of love with someone that's been loyal. You know, loyalty is such a huge thing. You know, loyalty is such a huge thing. But then love is just really powerful, you know? And you want to be with that person that's been so loyal. But then, there goes that love. And especially when you're young, you really get torn when you have to make that type of choice. I think it's easier for us older people. We tend to lean towards the loyal part, forget about the love. But yeah, this particular character, she just fell in love with the person who's been loyal for her, just to go be with the one that she really has a emotional connection with. And that to me is just fucked up. It's fucked up. It's fucked up for the man that was loyal, like really fucked up, because he loved her. You know, he did. He loved her. So that was fucked up in the game. The next one is being in a relationship with someone that's long distance. Like, I don't understand why people do that. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't do that. Honey, I ain't got time for it, you know, because you're not about to be far away and then try to dictate what I'm doing, where you at, where you going this weekend. Boop, newsflash, you're not here, so I'm at where I be and I be where I'm at, okay? And if you ask me again, I'm gonna let you know I'm somewhere you're not, okay? So, either get here or get gone. See, that's why I'm single. I don't know how that. But anyways, that's fucked up in the game, being in a long distance relationship. Let's talk about what's fucked up in the game in the next film. All right, so the fucked up in the game moments with Black Box. Baby, they had so many fucked up in the game moments in there, but I'm just gonna boil it down to two main fucked up in the game moments in Black Box, and that is getting your body stolen. Like, who does that? I mean, I guess it's equivalent to kidnapping, but getting your body stolen, someone took your body and put somebody else's mind in your body and their memories, you know? Ooh. And then once you work through that to accept it and come to a realization, child, just to try to go back and rekindle your life, your prior life, just to find out that your wife killed you and didn't want you back. That's fucked up too. So you got two situations. You got your body stolen. So the body itself, that person's existence is totally sabotaged and gone. Okay, because now you got this body that you stole, and now you got your mind and your memories in it, and you decide that you want to go back to your prior life, right, in this new body, just to find out that your wife ain't want you back. Honey, she killed you. She pushed you down the stairs. She like, no, bitch, this can't be you. I killed you. Yes, honey, that's fucked up. All right, fucked up. So let's talk about the fucked up in the gang moments and the undoing. Again, there were many fucked up in the gang moments in this series, but I boiled it down to 3. And number 1, okay, and I think any married woman, single woman, no matter, would be really upset about this, okay, is to find out that your husband has been fired from his job for 3 months, and he didn't tell you, and he been getting up and leaving and pretending he going to work.
Fucked up, fucked up, fucked up.
Fucked up in the game. Fucked up in the game. Like, really? This what we do? You gonna be fired from work and lie about it? But it must be nice to be able to cover it up for 3 months. That lets you know the amount of money they had, because a regular working class family would have found that out like by second paycheck. Like, dude, yeah, where's your full salary? And why is this saying payout of sick and vacation? What? Because, you know, us working class people, we pay attention to check stubs. You know, we like, yes, I have direct deposit, but I'm going to need the copy of that check stub too, okay? Because I need to see and make sure that y'all paying me right. Because you counting dollars. Dollars is making sense to you. You need every single penny, right? But in this film, it was 3 months before she even found out that her husband had been fired and lying about going to work. So that's fucked up in the game. The second fucked up in the game situation was that her husband went on a work trip, didn't leave her any contact information. Okay? He didn't leave her the hotel. He didn't leave her the destination. Okay? And that whole situation there was fucked up. But I just question, what kind of wife would allow her husband to go anywhere without knowing the actual factuals? Like, I need to know the particulars. I need to know your itinerary, because I just might pop up, because I'm that bitch. Yes, I just might pop up. So I need to know the actual factuals. Where you at, where you be, who you with, who you wanna be hugging. You know, I need to know all of that. Yes, absolutely. And this one here, she didn't know none of that. When she needed that information was when she found out she didn't have it and she couldn't get it. Okay, so that was fucked up in the game. Just fucked up. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun talking about these 3 films. I hope you take the time out to catch them. Just to do a recap, I talked about Sylvie's Love, Black Box, and the Undoing series. So take the time out and check it out. Down in the comments and the notes, I'm going to put the networks that they were on and everything, so it make it a little easier for you to find the films. But I hope you enjoyed. So remember, life is so stressful, but it shouldn't be. Just sit back and relax and watch a movie with me, okay? I'm Carissa K, the host of Hey, I Seen That, and I'll catch you next week. All right?